Bezat Hashem, we're back at the limud of Kibbud Av Vayim, honoring your parents, by a popular demand and a big request by Rav Ari Leshem. So Bezat Hashem, yesterday we discussed that the person of Shulchan Aruch told us, but today is 27th of Tevet, which is Monday, the second day of the week of Parshat Shabbat Bo. So we said yesterday, Shulchan Aruch told us that you're obligated to honor your father. What is honor your father and mother, and all the rules, right? So a person is obligated, and also obligated to fear them, honor them and fear them. So Rama right away added, by the way, but Beit Din cannot force you. So it was a little bit troubling to us yesterday. What do I mean? Why does Rama have to say that? Okay, we have to understand where it's coming from. We're coming from a different element. We're coming from less the previous halachot, halachot of shavuot, of swearing, right? A person denies a loan, he has to do what? Swear. Can the Beit Din force him? Yes. A person does not want to do Brit Milah to his children.
Denies a loan?
Yeah. And there is a witness, one witness.
Denies meaning, I
didn't borrow.
No, I didn't borrow.
And there's one witness that says yes. We cannot take money out of him because it's only one witness, not two. But we make him swear and the Beit Din forces him. Okay. What about Brit Milah? A person didn't do Brit Milah to his children. Shulchan Aruch told us the Beit Din forces him.
Interesting.
Okay. What about what's his name? A person does not want to sleep with his wife. The Beit Din forces him. Remember that. Torah is obligation. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
How many cases like that?
Don't worry about it. Again, you're brainwashed today thinking that men want women. It's not true. We're brainwashed. I already told you many times. Technically speaking, if every man knew what happens to him after intercourse, he will never touch a woman in his life. No man would ever touch any woman in his life. Okay? Because reality, you die. You come close to death. You come close. Every time you have intercourse, you become weaker. You become older.
Obviously, Hashem created a strong ta'ava.
Only because, and then what? And even with the ta'ava, what does Hashem say? You must sleep with her. A woman does not have, by the way, obligation to sleep with you. And that's why they have actually much stronger ta'ava than you. The whole world today is brainwashed, thinking that the men are all day desiring women. It's not true. It's not true at all. It's only when a man sees a woman, he has a desire for her. A woman does not have to see a man ever. She will have a desire non-stop. Unbreakable desire. Like a man grown up in an island, a boy, he will never ever think about a woman, will never spill sperm in his life ever. Yeah? He will die at 120, 150, 100, 2,000 years. He will never do a sin with a woman because he'll never have a feeling for her. He'll never saw a woman. A woman from age of 12, immediately, automatically her hormones are driving her nuts and she doesn't understand what to do, and she might even start touching herself there. Yes? It's unsessionable.
Boys already 11, 12 years old.
Exposed. I just told you.
Just
exposed.
because they see women?
Yes. They see their mothers. They see and they don't understand what they're seeing. It's automatically only through vision. The men's dava is all in the eyes. The eyes are the biggest dangers in the world. Okay? Doesn't see, doesn't have a feeling. Doesn't hear, doesn't care.
But there's an instinct.
Doesn't care. Only once he's exposed.
You're born with an instinct.
No, you're not. I'm just trying to tell you. That's why Hashem comes and commands you to have intercourse with your wife. That's why Hashem commands you, because you're not. It's not natural. You know what's going to happen in this world if that was the truth? You know what's going to be in this world? Men will go crazy, be raping. And why is a woman weak? I think for that reason. She's weak in her spiritual and physical body because they have that desire nonstop. They will force every man to satisfy her. So Hashem made them weaker. So physically, they get intimidated by men. And Hashem is all physical. If a man was intimidated, his whole, and look at the proof, these monsters. When they have too much money in their hands, when they have too much gava. That's why Hashem says, if you went ahead and you rape a girl, what happens to you? You keep her for the rest of your life. And you know what she's going to do to you? Use all your money up. Why? Because that brought you to rape her. But in reality, it's not like that. It's all brainwash. Anyway, so here, where the Shulchan Aruch comes, where does the Rama say Beit Din? Why is the Rama says the Beit Din cannot force you honoring your parents? Is because all the other elements here in the Shulchan Aruch, many of them, Beit Din has a right to force you. Even to give what? To give charity. To give certain amount, yes. And that's what it was. In the entire Europe Jewry, they had taxes on Jews. Taxes to pay for schools. Taxes to pay for this. To zakat. To pay for Kimcha de Pischa. To pay for the poor for Pesach. It was a forcible element.
But they didn't have base then.
Of course they did. Everywhere. No, you can't live in a town where there's no Beit Din. What do you mean?
No, but base doesn't have
Today
power.
doesn't have power. Today
It didn't have going back a long time.
Who told you that? Only by Ashkenazim, even there was a little bit more controlling. In whatever Europe, they had fees, dues, everything. What are you talking about? Not like today, a yeshiva has to beg for money. There, they were forcing. The Rambam says, halacha, you have to go and take money from people and pay for the rabbis. A town must have rabbis, and not yeshivas, of course. It was all forcible. What happened? From the destruction of Europe, it broke
Even
up.
people that don't have children are supposed to pay.
Of course. And today, by the way, it still works by Hasidim.
Grandparents.
By
great-grandparents.
Hasidim, they make dinners. At the dinner, nobody even has to show up. Every family must give $1,000. That was 20 years ago. $1,000 must. I don't care. You have children, no children. How old are you? 100 years old. Doesn't matter. Everybody. Why? To support the yeshivas. What do you think? It's free? Of course not. It was forcible. Now, you want to say how far we went?
But I'm saying they didn't have...
You ever heard of Ben Ish Chai?
I've heard of Ben Ish.
Yeah. He could write a letter to the governor, arrest this man, lash him 75 times. That's all. That's all he had to do. Sign, they seal. The government, the local governor of Baghdad, send police officers to that man's house, arrest him, and lash him 75 times in the public square. And it will be proclaimed. The Ben Ish Chai wrote. Finished. That's how power they had in olden times. In the Muslim countries, Rabbanim had power like a rod. Everybody's afraid. What happened from the destruction of Europe, from Holocaust? All this new life we live, new world order we're living in is from the Holocaust, from the oldest Mishkabubba. But to that, till prior to 1920s, full control. Europe had a full control. Muslim countries, full control. Rabbanim had, and the governments would do whatever they say. Only in Europe they didn't believe in lashing. In the Muslim countries, full force. Full force. That's why Rambam says we're allowed to beat up a man who doesn't want to give a get. Also, here, get. They didn't with force. Freely. No questions asked. You don't want to give get, you're a hostage holder. How dare you? Okay. Says the Rama over here, Taz. Says Taz, and Beidin Kofin. So here the Beidin cannot force. Okay, I'm just looking just to make sure that my appointment, I don't know exactly what's going on there. They could be late. I hope they're late. Okay. So he said like this. בפרק כל הבשר, איתה הכי, דהי גברא דלא הווה מוקר אבו eighty ולקמא. Okay, so now, there was a man, in the Gemara says, his father was complaining, he was not honoring him. eighty ולקמא. So he brought his son in front of the Beit Din. The Beit Din of Rav Chazda, kafte lehakoto. Over there, Rav Chazda, what did he do? Commanded the palach, the one in charge of the Beit Din, give him lashes. Okay.
To the kid.
Yeah. כדאית במצוות עשה שאין אדם רוצה לקיים. As it says over there, a man who doesn't want to fulfill the mitzvot aseh. Honoring your father, it's mitzvot aseh. It's a commandment from Hashem. Makin אותו עד שתצא נפשו. We are allowed to hit him until he dies even. Until he does tshuva. ויקלע שם Rav Mori. However, who was there in the Beit Din of Rav Chizda? There was Rav Mori. He came to visit the Beit Din, to see them. ואמר שבקוהו. דתניא כל מצוות עשה שמתן שכרה בצדה אין בית דין של מטה מוזהרין עליה. So Rav Mari was there in the Beit Din. Rav Chizda was Rosh Yeshiva, I guess. So he was there also. He was a prominent Rav. And he says, no, you can't beat him up. Because we learned clearly that any sin, any commandment in the Torah that stands next to it, a reward, you're not allowed to punish them with lashes. V'yesh le'akshot. So now, so you see there was a machlok in the Gemara, And Rav Mori, I guess maybe he was the Rav of Rav Chizda, or maybe it was an older, more. Rav Chizda was a Rosh Yeshiva, Av Beit Din, but Rav Mori looks like maybe he was greater than him. Like, imagine yourself, you have.
Otherwise, he wouldn't talk.
Let's say you have today Rabbi Abitbol, right? Rabbi Abitbol is a Rosh Koilel in Bnei Sfaradim. So he makes a ruling, and comes Rabbi David Yosef. Rabbi David Yosef overrules him. Something like that. Rabbi David Yosef says Rishon
Somebody higher, otherwise
that's right. Yeah. So and it was overruled. The Yesh Akshot Yerushalmi. However, says Taz, there's a question from Yerushalmi. She'evi b'tshuva Ramban. There's an answer to Ramban that was brought. Siman Peichet. Bishmo Hevi Bet Yosef. That Bet Yosef brings down b'chelek mem over there. Gabe Hashabat Avod. Returning what? The collateral, right? A poor man gives you a collateral. You must return it to him according to Torah every day. Let's say if it's a coat, he gives it to you at night, and in the morning when he wants to work, you have to give him the coat back to use. The coat is the collateral, but he must bring it to you every time until he pays you the loan. Right? That's the Torah law. דאם לא רצה לקיים אף על פי שאין בית דין מוזרין עליה כיוון שיש מתן שכרה בצדה מכל מקום. No. So over there, the Torah also gives you a reward. What's the reward? For you returning the coat for him every morning, you get a reward for it. But over there, what happened was the Yerushalmi ruled that if he doesn't want to return to him, the Beit Din would hit him.
Which is the opposite of
what we're learning here. כיוון שיש מתן שכרה בצדה, מכל מקום היינו שאם נלמו והבית דין עיניהם, מזה אין עליהם עונש, אבל ודאי אם רוצים לעקוב רשות בידם. So he says like this. You're right. Over there, Beit Din could force the guy to return the coat every morning, because technically speaking, it's not just because there is a reward, there is actual harm. The guy needs a coat to work. What do you want to get your loan back? You're crazy not giving him the loan, the coat back. Go, let him work, right? So over there is besides, even though there is a reward for you giving back the coat, if you don't.
What's the reward?
The reward, Hashem, over there, that Hashem blesses you for that. Hashem bless you with money for that purpose. So start giving out loans, right? So everybody likes that. Everybody wants to be the minister of loans, right? Not one of them. Not paying you back. That's a different story. But everybody wants to be that guy that gives out loans. Okay. But over there, still, when you don't give it back, the Beit Din is allowed to force you, but they're not obligated. They're allowed to force you, but let's say the Beit Din didn't care. The guy is a rasha. The guy needs a code to work. No, listen, Habibi. Return me the loan. I'll pay you. Namaste. I'm tired already. 2 years you're running with this business. 2 years. Every day he comes to my house and gives me code. I'm tired of it. I gave a loan. I did not become a secretary. I gave a loan to Chakol. I gave the guy for $1,000. Now I have to be his secretary for every day, every morning. So he says he's refusing to do it. Hashem will punish him for that. Of course, it's Anveira. Not to give out the code. But the Beit Din is a choice. To punish him or not. וכן פסק רמה בהגה וקשה ממה שאמר רב מורי כאן לרב חסדה שבשבקו. So again, so you see that what? That ודאי אם רוצים לקוב הרשות בידם וכן פסק רמה. So, but if they want to beat up the guy, the Beit Din in this case, they could. So same thing, the ruling over here. וקשה ממה שאמר רב מורי כאן לרב חסדה. Why did Rav Mori told Rav Chazda, don't beat him up. Don't beat up the son who didn't honor his father. דהיים רוצה שפר כפו. Because, so you see that even though, sounds like, over there with the in reference to loans, the reward is right next to the mitzvah. Therefore, the Beit Din has a right to punish or not to punish. Okay? Same thing here, Same thing here. Even though the Torah tells you when you honor your parents, you'll have a long life. And if the person doesn't want to honor him, we said, leave him alone. The Beit Din cannot punish him. Why not? Let the Beit Din have their permission. Let him beat him up. And you see, Rab Chazda actually ruled, let them beat him up. So you see that Rab Chazda didn't hold of this opinion that says that any place where the reward is in the Torah attached to the fulfillment of the mitzvah, you're allowed to, if the Beit Din wants to beat him up, let him beat him up. ומבורך פירש נערה שנתפתתה מביא ירושלמי הזה. So over there what happened was that Mordechai brings another example. There was a girl who was seduced to have intercourse with a man. A man approached the girl. Remember Abzar. Why does a man want to rape a girl? Why does a man seduce a girl? What is going on? Are you going to tell me? Because he's exposed to it already. His eyes are exposed. His heart starts to boil. And his mind is thinking how to fulfill his desires. Again, it's not a contradiction. If a man never saw a woman, he has zero attention for it.
But he sees women from
That's
the
what you
beginning.
say. That's why I told you I gave you a scenario where the man is on the island. Okay?
How often is a man on the island?
Good, Baruch Hashem. But you know what they did, Rashaim? They made you movies about islands, men stuck with a woman. They're brainwashing you. Like right now, they're brainwashing you. What's the latest movies today? All the movies all about. The biggest movie of the past 15 years in America, The Walking Dead. Okay? Then what's the next famous movies in America right now for the past 15 years? AI. Actually, AI is before that already. If you remember who was watching 1980s. Remember the most famous movie in the 1980s? The Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hasta la vista, right? See you later, or something like that. What is it called?
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, Hasta la vista, baby, right? Is that a movie?
Terminator.
What is it about? AI. Nobody understood that movie before. Till now, they started understanding what's going on. The Terminator was about AI destroying the world. So now what are brainwashing you? Brainwashing you non-stop. AI taking over the world. Baloney. She'en kamau. The Rashaim are planning. They're teaching you, brainwashing us. They're brainwashing us. They're going to start killing people.
Even in Rocky. In Rocky, they already had the robot. Remember?
Listen.
They had the robot coming, serving.
Listen. They are brainwashing all of us that they're going to start killing people and they're going to blame who? AI terrorists. Rashaim, this evil human, this how evil a human being can be. And they're brainwashing you. You don't think, you're watching a movie, you think, but it's settling in the mind. Diseases. What's the most famous movies in the past 15 years? Diseases. So what they brought? Disease in the whole world. This is what I'm telling you. It's all there. Okay. So over here also, the Habib tells us, wait a minute. A guy raped a girl. וכתב עליה, ולפי זה, לא קשה, האמרינן בירושלמי. So over there we explain, פרק דקדושין, הלוואי יהיו כל שמועותיו ברירין לי, כאחד הדקופין הבן לזון האב, ובפרק כל הבשר. So over there we're saying that it's clear, the rabbi says over there, it's clear to us that a boy is, what was the case in our story? A man did not want to honor his father. What does that mean? He did not want to provide his sustenance. The father couldn't work anymore. So the son was wealthy and he didn't want to provide for his father. So the father took him to Beit Din. And over there, the kofina ben lazun ha'av. So over there it comes out, the Beit Din in Yerushalmi forces the son, Ariel Hashem, forces the son to pay for the expenses of his father.
So I learned in the past that you're not respecting the parents doesn't mean with money.
Oh, okay, no, okay, that's what's that?
You don't have to.
It's again.
Meaning your father tells you, go get me a Coca-Cola. You go get him the Coca-Cola,
and you make him pay for it. Okay, but let's say he doesn't have
his expense.
But let's say you don't have. He doesn't have. You have. This is what we're talking about. We have a scenario where the son is Baruch Hashem well off, and the father doesn't have anything. So the father took his son to Beit Din.
That's also like giving zakah.
So how can he take him to Beit Din?
Well, again, so that's what he's saying that they do. They force him. The Beit Din in that case forces him. Besides the point, it's inappropriate how you give charity to all different people, not like your parents. It's another problem.
Well, who knows if he's giving charity or not giving charity?
He gives. Don't worry. His name is all over splattered. Okay. You know how people are. They like the name. I approached the guy last week. I don't want to say his name. I need money I want to distribute X, Y, and Z. He tells me, no, don't put, I said, I'm going to put your name on this project. No, don't put my name in any project. And of course, if anything, he's going to watch me. He's going to sponsor it. He's going to put his name all over the place. That's the way it is. What do you know? So over there in the Gemara said that...
I don't understand the point. You wanted to put his name, why?
Whatever, project, okay. It tells me he doesn't want his name, but and meanwhile, the person, anything he sponsors, his name is all over there. Okay, I don't mind, whatever. It's just the way it is, but people, And you see the guy is sponsoring. His name is in every building in the yeshiva, and yet his parents are. I had such a case. I used to administer a yeshiva, over 560 parents. Two brothers. One guy is a multi-millionaire. One brother is kosher living. And all the didn't want to give a penny for his brother. Go break your head. Shem Rachem. And what happened? The brother is no longer here, the rich guy. Kadosh Baruch Hu does not allow these things go for nothing. So the Gemara over there, a whole discussion. Do we force or do we not force? But anyway, the Rama paskins, and let's go weiter, and we're going to do another halacha. But the Rama paskins that the Beit Din cannot force a child to honor his parents. Maybe to pay for his expenses. Why, if you have the money. Obviously, we're not talking about a son who doesn't have any money. We're not talking about that. By the way, I heard from a big Rav last week. Somebody sent me a video from Israel that it says, how is it possible your parents don't have, at home proper tools to make food? Let's say your mother she's making dough. Let's say makes challah every week, and she does it by hand. Go buy her a magic mill. Go buy her a magic mill. No, she doesn't have enough money. What kind of honor? It says a father. It says a father wears a coat, a 20-year-old, and the son is normal to do. Go buy your father a coat. What kind of honor is this? You see, your parents are a little lacking. Why you give charity outside? Why you give charity to yeshiva? Give charity to a poor person. Your parents are not well to do. Go take care of them. That's part of kibud avayim. That's part of honoring your parents. It's to supporting them. Okay, let's see. Halacha bet. Let's see. Now, this is talking outside Musar. Now, this is Ashkenazi. I'm learning with Ashkenazi over here. He likes black and white. If it's not black and white, it's not halacha. Let's see. Look inside. Number 2. Ezo. You getting upset when I say that?
No, I'm not getting upset. I'm just.
Ezo mora.
I'm processing that. What I have to do. You're saying I have to support my mother?
If she's lacking, yeah. If she's lacking, yes.
So how does it go in the?
Let's see.
How does?
Let's see. Let's see if the book says. Okay. Let's see. Bet. Ezo mora. What is fear? Lo ya'amod bimkomo. A father stands Shmoneh Esrei always in this place. Right? A son cannot stand in that place ever to pray Shmoneh Esrei. Hamiyuchad lo. That is designated for his father. לעמוד שם. בסוד זקנים עם חבריו או מקום המיוחד לו להתפלל. So anywhere a father prays, or if the father sits with elders and discusses things, now the father died. The son cannot sit in his seat, it sounds like. Or maybe yes, or maybe not, we'll see. Right? Sit in his father's place. ולא ישב במקום המיוחד לו להסב בביתו. So, and not even sit in this place where the father has a usual designated place. A son is prohibited to ever sit in that place. Maybe it's talking about only while he's alive. I don't know. V'lo soter et dvarav. A son is never allowed to reproach the words of his father. The father said, let's say X. He cannot say, no, it's really B. And he knows the father is making a mistake. The father is saying it's a white tablecloth on the table right now, gentlemen. And the son says, wait a minute, Tati, it's blue. Chas v'shalom, you're fighting with fire. You're crazy. Don't say a word. The father says, this is a white tablecloth. Gungin. V'lo machriya et dvarav. And never say, this tablecloth is blue. Have a good day. You can never say, my father is correct. You can never say your father is correct. Who are you? Chas v'shalom. Okay? דבריו, בפניו אפילו לומר נורין דברי האבא. Even in front of his father, he cannot say, yeah, my father is correct. He say, father and my friend argue. My father is correct. Chas v'shalom. ולא יקראנו בשמו, never ever call your father with his name. לא בחייו ולא במותו. Not while he's alive and not never when he's dead. Also, sure not. My father, X, Y, and Z. אלא אומר, אבא מאורי, you should say, my father, my awesome, my fearsome. היה שם אביו כשם אחרים, And he would say, my father's name was like other people. They would ask, what's your father's name? Yeah, my father's name was, oh, remember that famous guy? My father's name, the same name. Which famous guy? And you tell them. That's it. משנה שמע, אוקיי. כשם אחרים, משנה שמם, אם הוא שם שהוא פלאי, שאין הכל רגילים לקרות בו. משנה שמם, what do you mean? He changes his name, אם הוא שם שהוא פלאי, שאין הכל רגילים לקרות בו. אבל הם שרגילים בו, אם מותר לקרות אחרים, שלא בפניו. Oh. You have a friend, right? And your father's name is Ovadia. And your friend's name is Ovadia. You want to call your friend. You don't say Ovadia. You say Mr. his last name. Because if you say Ovadia, what happens? It's like you're calling your father. You hear what's going on here? You don't initiate. I'm telling you. You told yesterday when people were thinking I'm crazy. Rabbi Sofer is crazy. Don't talk to your mother. Don't talk to your father. That's right. You don't initiate the contact. Let them initiate the contact. Chas v'shalom. In any nuance you have offended them. It's a fire. Fire that hurts. Tomorrow we'll continue.